Hi and welcome to a new tech stuff episode on my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the Dys F4Pro V2 flight controller. I know that this is not a brand new flight controller, but I just want to explain you why I'm going to give it a try. What I used until today is the Dys F4 version 1 flight controller, which I'm pretty happy with, but there are some points I like more on the Dys, and I'm just going to show you what exactly the reasons are and what you can expect in the box with this flight controller. First, let's have a look at the box itself. On the back side you can see a few specs. It supports 2 to 6S. There's a 5V 3A spec, built-in OSD, current meter, damping, mounting, RSSI, PPM port, and 3.3 output. Also big. But there's another big what I want to talk about, and let's have a look at the box, what's inside there. So when we open up the box, first we can see the production date. It's September 2018, so pretty new one. And what we have also in the carton is the manual, looks like this. And also talk about the features, then how to wire up all the connections, and on the back side, the lower side of the FC with the connector for 4-in-1 ESC, and all the stuff explained you need to know about the FC. Then let's have a look inside the box. So what we can see here are some screws and some spacers, and also for soft mounting the rubbers, which are really a good solution. I also have them on the F4 from Dys FPV. This is a really good thing to have the FC soft mounted, even if your frame is soft mounted itself, like my Tokyo X from Flight Club. But it's never a bad idea to soft mount the components themselves. Then we have the wire you can use for connecting to 4-in-1 ESC, and also a plate to install, for example, a VTX on top of the stack with the FC and ESC, but I don't want to use that. Then we have the battery cable with XT60 connector on it. Then we have a buzzer included, and the FC itself. It just looks like this. And this is the flight direction. Here we have front side, back side is the battery port, and the lower side looks like this. Now let's have a closer look at the board. What I really like is the integrated PDP, so you have the possibility to connect directly to the FC for ESCs if you use single ESCs, and the connector for 4-in-1 ESCs. But what I'm gonna do is to connect the 4-in-1 ESC, but not with using the connector, but instead of using the connector, I will use the single signal ports which we have here, S1, S2, S3 and S4, just because I prefer to solder the signal wires from the FC to the ESC, just to make the connection as safe as possible, because I already had some bad experience with loose connectors and crashes just because of a bad connector. And with soldering the signal wires from the FC to the ESC, I can avoid this kind of problem. And then let's talk about the backs. You have 3 backs on it. There is 3.3 volts. Then you have 5V back with 3 amps, and you have a 9V back with 1.2 amps. And for me, the most interesting back is the 9V back with 1.2 amps, just because I can connect the VTX. It's an Ishin VTX which runs from 7 to 24 volts input, can connect it directly to the FC. The installation I had before with my F4 flight controller, there was always Apollo step down which I used, There will be also a video about the Polo step down in a link above here. I really prefer to put in as less components as possible, so when I can eliminate the Polo step down, that would be a great thing, just to connect on the front side here the 9V back and separate it from the VTX with 5V power up my FPV cam. And I hope that I will have even better picture on my goggles, less noises on my goggles in comparison to using the step down from Pololu and powering the FPV cam and the VTX at once over the Pololu step down. Let's have a closer look at the pins I'm going to use. I'm going to use my S-Bus receiver from Futaba, my FHSS receiver. So I'm going to use RX1, this is the pin for the signal, and then we have ground and 5V, which powers my RC receiver. Then at the front we have the backs, we have the 5V back and we have the 9V back, and I'm also going to use a physical buzzer, which I install. This is all the pins I'm going to use, plus for sure the battery, and the signals, as I already said, S1 to S4 to get the signal to my ESC, and like this the whole thing will run. Then let's have a look at the firmware, which comes with the FC from factory. For this we have to connect the FC to Betaflight, to the computer. Then let's connect the FC, go to CLI board, and we have to type in version and push enter, and here we go with the version which is pre-installed. It's Betaflight 3.3.0, and you can update for sure whatever you want up to 3.5.2, which is the current Betaflight version. Finally, let's check the weight of the FC and the size. First we go for the weight. We have exactly 10 grams without any cables. And then let's have a look at the size. First we go for the length of it. There we have exactly 39.5. Then without the battery connector we have 38.02. Then the width of the whole thing is 38.14, and if we take the thickest part of the FC, let's have a look how thick it is. Here we go, and we're around 5.8.9 millimeters. I will come up with a video with the FC installed, and for sure also some flight footage. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Give me a thumb up, subscribe, and happy flying. Bye bye.